How many of you start your day the right way? I'm betting most of us reach for that snooze button, maybe grab a quick sugary coffee, or just skip breakfast altogether because hey, we're busy, right? And that's okay, we've all been there, but we've been taught as long as our calories in check, we're good to go.
But what if I told you those exact habits, the ones we just think are part of a hectic morning, are actually sabotaging your fat loss goals, especially if you're in your 20s and 30s? And I'm gonna show you the 5 morning habits that you need to adopt to get shredded. I know it sounds crazy, but there are studies out there that showing timing of light in the morning has a correlation with lower body mass index, BMI, and it may also help regulate your metabolism. The good news, I'm not turning into Ashton Hall, and it's gonna be a very, very complicated morning routine that takes about 3 hours to complete. I'm just gonna give you a simple step-by-step plan easy for you to implement that you can start doing from tomorrow. So let's dive in. Now this is where the magic happens. Absolutely no magic has ever happened in this bedroom. But your morning routine actually starts the night before. I know it sounds absolutely mad, but how many times have you gone, oh, I'm gonna go to sleep. It's time to go to sleep, time to put the phone away. And it's then 2 a.m. and you're still awake, scrolling on TikTok, and then you go, oh shit, I've got to wake up in the next 5 hours. So the first thing you need to do before you even think about doing any sort of hacks, see that phone, it stays out of the bedroom. It doesn't come in the bedroom. You charge it downstairs, you charge it in a completely different room. But I know what you're thinking, Jack, if I'm charging my phone on the other side of the room or outside of the room, how the hell am I gonna wake up in the morning, set an alarm? Well, I've got you covered. Get yourself, I've just turned it off. Get yourself, I'm gonna unplug this. Get yourself a sunlight alarm clock. These things are unbelievable. Nice soft sound to wake you up. You don't get that horrible sound of the iPhone. Everyone knows that sound. Goes straight through you. It's a nice, I have nice birds singing in the morning when I wake up. And it also, we can set it, it's like half an hour before you wake up. It then naturally raises the sunlight. Now, honestly, for me, I wear one of these. So that feature is pretty pointless on there, but I still do it anyway. That's the one thing I would do to get that phone out of the room. And what I would do, instead of just focusing on setting an alarm in the morning, everyone just sets the alarm in the morning to wake up, and then the first thing they'll do is they'll hit snooze. You want to flip the script. You want to set an alarm that you need to be in bed. So let's just say you go to bed at around 10 p.m. You want to set the alarm for 9 p.m. 9 p.m. you kind of want to be heading towards your bed, winding down. You want to get, that's when the phone goes out, last hour of the day, no phones at all. Get rid of the phone an hour before you go to bed. I don't care what you do. Read a book, do anything. It will really, really help. You just kind of relax, go into bed, meditate before going to bed. It's been shown to really, really help you de-stress you, calm, relax you before you go to bed. That then means you can actually go to bed at 10 o'clock, not actually be in your bed 10 o'clock, and that turns into 11 o'clock, and then you've just saved an hour of sleep, which is also going to help you in the gym. You're thinking, how's that going to help me in the gym? Growth hormone is released in the first couple of hours of sleep, in your deep sleep, so that's when you're recovering from all your sessions. If you miss out on that, then you end up feeling up the next morning, not recovered. You go into a session, not being able to hit the same amount of reps, not being able to increase in the gym, not getting stronger, not getting bigger, and then just not putting on size. It's a snowball effect, it's a compound effect, and it's them small habits there that really start to add up over time. And you want to know something even better? What's the number one excuse that you may use? I've definitely used in the past to not wake up early in the morning. You've hit snooze and then you grabbed your phone and you've sat on your phone for about an hour in your bed. If your phone isn't in your room and you hit snooze, you've got nothing to kind of do and sit there. The quicker you can get out of your bed, the better, and actually start your day, which then rolls me really, really nicely into the next tip, which is as soon as you get up, you want to make a beeline to outside. I know in the UK that's kind of hard at the minute because when you wake up in the morning, it might not actually be light, and right now it is currently raining, so this is not ideal to be doing. But the reason why this matters is because vitamin D is absolutely amazing for energy, for your energy, the way you feel. If you wake up in the morning and you feel groggy and you feel tired, that's the reason why. You're going straight to the caffeine, you're going straight to sitting on your phone, getting quick dopamine. But if you take yourself outside 20, 30 minutes, even in the rain with the grey sky, this will still work. What this basically does is it resets your circadian rhythm. So obviously I mentioned last night going to bed. What that will then do is when you wake up in the morning, it gives your body like a kind of signal, oh yeah, it's morning, guys. So it naturally calms down and relaxes as you go to bed. So it knows morning and night. Especially if you're a guy in your 20s and your 30s, you haven't got the energy that all these teenagers have, and you don't have that unicorn blood, as they call it, that they're able to just kind of always be energy no matter how much sleep they get. You've got to implement these things into your life. It's so easy. You can even do anything. Maybe you've got a podcast, maybe you've got an audiobook that you listen to every single morning, and you only do that when you go outside. You could even take your morning coffee, take it outside. Movement is important as soon as you wake up in the morning. Get your body moving, it gets you feeling energized, and then you're not feeling sat groggy when you're sat in work, or if you just sit at a desk all day. You're gonna feel like absolute shit. It's gonna give you a little bit of energy. You're gonna whack out a few steps as well. Now, let's get inside because it's absolutely pissing down out here. And now we are back inside. It's time to focus on the next one. First thing I do not want you to do, really refrain from doing this. Stay away from caffeine for the first 90 minutes of your day. Basically, your ATP systems aren't really working. They're not really kicked in until after the first 90 minutes of your day. So that's when your adrenal system is really working. So that's when you want to hydrate yourself. Hydration isn't just filling yourself full of water. It's also making sure you get your electrolytes in as well, getting your sodium, magnesium, potassium levels in. I do take a 3-in-1 kind of tablet. I'll put it in some water, and I'll take it as a perfect opportunity to take my creatine as well. Not that you have to eat your creatine in the morning, that's just when I remember to take it. I'll just fill up this 1.5 litre bottle, and that has to be gone before I kind of do anything else, whether I get breakfast, whether I then do whatever, caffeine after, that's a non-negotiable. This has to be then gone, and I set that standard for myself. So yeah, and that will also help you feel energized, feel good throughout the day. And then obviously when you do move on to caffeine, the likes of coffee, then you are actually gonna get the benefits of that as well after 90 minutes after waking up. And what I would do is carry one of these around with you throughout the day. You're aiming for around 3 liters of water throughout the day. This is really gonna help you get into the shape of your life. 9 times out of 10, when you're sitting there, oh, I'm very hungry, I'm hungry. Everyone says that they're hungry. Chances are, 75% of the time, it actually masks you're thirsty, and you just need to go and get a drink. Some guys don't even go around drinking a liter of water per day, and they sit there wondering why things aren't changing for them. And then we move on to breakfast, the most important meal of the day for a reason. So I would recommend everyone eat breakfast every single morning, unless you genuinely feel sick of the sight in the morning. Then you can kind of go away and fast. If you're not really hungry in the morning, for me, I have to wake up and have breakfast in the morning. I don't like fasting. Honestly, I think leaving more calories towards the end of the day is a recipe for disaster. For me personally, if you're the same, I very high guarantee having a high protein breakfast in the morning. It actually has been shown to kind of lessen cravings in the evening if you whack out a massive chunk of your protein target in the morning. Front load protein, it's the most satiating macronutrient, and there's only one way to start your day. Everyone knows eggs. 6 eggs minimum. None of this 2, 3 nonsense. 6 eggs minimum. So you're aiming for proteins and fats in the morning. You're trying to limit carbs. Main reason for this, the only carbs that I would have in the morning are fruits that are full of fiber. Main reason for this is because in the morning, the last thing you want to do is send your blood sugar through the roof. The last thing you want to do is send it straight up, and then you end up hungry within the hour. If you eat 6 eggs every morning with maybe something else, I guarantee you will not be hungry for 3, 4, 5 hours. Like I had 6 eggs, 4 pieces of sourdough this morning. It's around 600 to 700 calories. I ate that 3 hours ago, not even hungry, and I won't eat for another 3 hours, and I'll be still full of energy throughout the morning. No dip in energy, because you're eating things that are high in fiber. Even bread, you say, oh, don't limit carbs. Sourdough, fermented, high in fiber, so it doesn't spike that blood sugar as much. So then you're not getting a massive spike, so you don't get a massive crash in energy. So it's gonna help you curb your cravings and be in control of your cravings as well. So high protein breakfast is a must in the morning. And then we're gonna move on to the final one that I kind of finish my morning before then I end up going into work. So this is the one you've all been waiting for. I know what you're thinking, Jack, you've got different clothes up. It is a completely different day. I have just been sat editing this just to find out audio completely corrupted. As you can see, it's currently about 2:30, not any morning, so we move. So last one thing that I'll do in the morning is caffeine. You may have been thinking, Jack, do you not even have caffeine? I do have caffeine. I used to be a Monster addict. Addict, strong word. I was an addict. But we've now moved on to coffee. Now, before I kind of get onto why I take this and why I take it this time, I want to get one thing crystal clear. Coffee does not have sugar in it. No. Coffee does not have a load of milk in it. No. A load of calories in it. Caffeine does not have a load of calories in it. Calories, no, not in coffee. If you want to put something in your coffee, butter, don't even have a go at me. Butter in the coffee, or dark chocolate in the coffee, or you're just having it black. Now we've got the ground rules out the way. We're gonna move on to the actual caffeine. So the reason why I obviously take caffeine, so caffeine obviously then blunts. It doesn't actually give you energy, it just blunts you from getting tired. So the reason why you'd be taking caffeine in the morning, you can push back that first meal a little bit. What it really does is blunts that you feeling tired throughout the morning, gives you that kind of little bit extra edge. Amazing for before you start training as well. So it's going to be great for blood flow when you're training as well. Give you blunt that thing so you can go in and train, which is absolutely amazing. I wouldn't go nuts on the caffeine. I can't lie. I would have one, maybe two coffees throughout a day. That's it. I used to be 2 or 3 monsters and a coffee. That's absolutely crazy. And one thing that I would do in terms of cutting out caffeine, see when it hits 12 o'clock, cut caffeine. 8 to 10 hours before you go to bed. Caffeine has a half-life of around 8 to 10 hours. So it stays in your system for around 8 to 10 hours and it will disrupt your deep sleep. Your first couple of hours of sleep, which is obviously like we discussed earlier in the video, that's when your deep sleep is when your growth hormone is released and when you recover from your gym sessions. So when you're supposed to be getting jacked, it's not gonna happen. And I don't wanna hear people saying, caffeine doesn't affect me, I can drink caffeine before I get shut up. Not true, not listening to it. It might not affect the actual quantity of your sleep. You might get 7 to 8 hours, but it 100% is gonna affect the quality of your sleep. The reason why it doesn't affect the quality of your sleep is because you've never had a decent night's sleep in your entire life. So that's probably why it doesn't affect your sleep, because you don't actually know what a good night's sleep actually is. You're just used to having caffeine in your system all of the time. And it obviously then fits into you getting into mad shape because better gym sessions, more maintained muscle, blunting, being tired, more energy, you're able to burn more calories from not even just from a cardio aspect, literally just from moving around, fidgeting. You're going to do it a little bit more with the caffeine. It is going to might get you a little bit agitated, like your ants in your pants a little bit when you take caffeine. I definitely get it when I take caffeine. I'm definitely more alert earlier in the morning than I am later on in the day. But yes, caffeine is an absolute must for me personally, but I know for a lot of people they don't really need the caffeine. They just rely on it a bit too much. So basically, to do a quick little overview, your morning routine starts the night before. Set an alarm to actually get into bed. Then once you're in bed, see that phone, get rid of it. It gets charged outside of the bedroom. You get yourself an alarm clock. I know, mental, you can go and buy one of these things for like a tenner on Amazon. So, and you get one of them sunrise ones, you can get one of the fancy ones if you want. It's up to you, but anything that's gonna wake you up in the morning is fine. Then the next thing you wanna do is go for a beeline outside. You wanna go outside, get some vitamin D. Movement is important. 5-10 minutes of movement in the morning is absolutely massive. Helps restart your circadian rhythm, it sets your circadian rhythm. It'll also provide you with a lot more energy throughout the day as melatonin is then suppressed in the morning. And then you wanna come in and you wanna hydrate, not just have some water. Make sure you're getting electrolytes. You can even have sea salt in the water. You can have lemon in the water as well if you don't want to buy one of the tablets. Take a creatine in there as well, which will definitely help you in the morning. And then once you've done that, you can move on to your breakfast. High protein breakfast. You can stay away from kind of the carbs in the morning, kind of load them later on in the day when you are training and you're focusing more on proteins and fats in the mornings, just so you're feeling a lot more fuller, a lot more satiated, and you're not spiking that blood sugar as much. And then finally, after about an hour and a half, you've then moved on to caffeine. So you're able to have your caffeine later on in the day. So your body can actually use the caffeine and it's actually effective when you actually put it into your system. And also remember to cut caffeine 8 to 10 hours before you go to bed so you get a decent night's sleep so you can restart the routine all over again the next day. But yes, that is the video there. Hopefully that was helpful and hopefully the audio is working on this. Otherwise, I'm not gonna have a good day and I'm gonna go nuts. But yes, have an absolute belter of a day, my friend, and I'll speak to you in the next one.